any robot, any camera, any lens. So here we have now four robotic cameras. We have the ones up on the pillars. We have this guy connected and also the slider. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to Conrad and I'm going to track him and I'm going to select a certain frame that I want to keep. So I'm going to reduce the headroom or how you want the shot to look like, so that this can move fast. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the follow focus and the adaptive zoom. So now the system will actually zoom in and out and keep him the same size. And it will also focus. Now we have guys interfering. And basically the goal is that you do, it's on a slider, so it's moving as well. So we have pan, tilt, zoom, focus, and another axis. And what you can see on the slide is that actually it's really responsive as well. So if he's moving fast, everything still adjusts quite well. So can you do back there, do some jumps?
So what's the cross? Is that his face?
It's the position where I will put
Right.
this little thing here.
Okay,
So I want to keep him on the left, or I want to keep on the left, or I want to keep him on the right. And then the framing will just make sure that he's there. And then I can reduce the headroom, or I can increase it, depending on what you're trying to do. That's important.
That is face recognition going on.
It's not face, it's actually a whole bunch of different things. So if I switch the camera just to show you what this means, I take this guy now, I move here, and you see that these blue indications tell me that actually the system can tell the difference between this guy and this guy. If Damian turns around completely, it still works. Can you turn around so you can follow your back? So you see that it doesn't care about the face. It still identifies him as the VIP we're tracking, and it will still keep track of him.
That initial identification?
It will train the right features to differentiate between them. So you see that he's putting there now. Reto, you want to go next to him maybe? That you can see that when Reto is next to him, here he gets another ID. And if you look very closely, you see that these are different IDs. And actually it should work if you guys go a bit further back, that if he passes in front, it will still figure out again that, oh, that's my right guy. Of course, this is for studios, for stage events. You don't expect people to be doing that. So that's not going to be a problem, actually, usually. Or if he's passing behind, stuff like that. I mean, that's all working. And in here, what I can do, I can take directly manual control of the camera. And I can change how smooth it is or who am I tracking. I can start tracking from this interface. So it allows you to just, from the hardware, do some stuff.
How about, would you mind, just stand wherever you were, but just do very slow, not kind of exaggerated, just very natural, doesn't try to hunt too much.
Here I can increase the smoothness of the smoothness of the tracking, and I have another nice thing I can change, which is now it's a bit hidden, but I increase this deadband, so-called deadband.
Okay.
And if I zoom in more, I mean, if I also take out the adaptive stuff, so I don't have to, like, it should not try to change much, so it's smoother. But these are things you can adjust. It really depends on your case. What we have tried to do is make it simple. We don't want people to start playing with 25 bars, right? That's important. Robotics companies are for us the ones that should come and give us all the robots so that we can make them move. Because what we cannot do is just buy robots because it doesn't make sense for us. But when we have them, like, we can do whatever we want with them. So whatever the clients want, because you guys know that as well, right? Because they ask you for that.
Yep.
And I think already.
He can stand down.
Yeah.
So the depth, the focus follow, what kind of is that ultrasonic thing?
It's ultra wideband, yes. Right. So it will get you distance measurements. I think it works up to 15 meters that we have tested. It should work up to 50, but yeah, before we test it, I cannot tell you.
So I'm the Seervision